Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at the Indian bowling attack for the Welters Championship final and the England Test series. We will take a look at some of their bowling techniques. I'll share some of my opinions with you again. Treat this video as a discussion, so let me know in the comments what you think about the Indian bowling attack for the World Test Championship final, and I will do this kind of video for the Indian batting attack and the New Zealand bowling and batting attack. So don't forget to subscribe for those videos, and let's get started. So let's take a look at the veteran bowler in the Indian side, Ishant Sharma. He's a veteran in the Indian Test team and has been a mainstay for the team for a long time now. Looking at his bowling, he bowls a lot of off-cutters, he is able to get a lot of swing from the red ball, and he can bowl very long spell of overs. And even though he doesn't have the pure pace of someone like Bumrah, he's a very smart bowler. He will bowl straight into the pads or will keep bowling on the offside to get an edge from the bat. He bowls a lot of short balls, and this leads to a very irregular angles in bowling for the batsman. Take a look at this example. He will bowl short again because he's so tall and he has so long arms. He can generate a lot of movement from the ball, and this makes it very tricky, and Alistair Cook just isn't able to read the ball. He's very lethal with the new ball, and in English conditions he has been very good with the red ball. And again, he is not supposed to be the main strike bowler of the team. He is the workhorse. He can bowl very long spells and take a couple of wickets here and there in every innings. He is also very good in matches away from home. He has taken 16 wickets in just 6 innings away from home. And he can also play as a night watchman if India do need one. Let's come to Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Shami is just coming back from injury, and even in the IPL he didn't look to be at his 100%. I think Zaheer Khan or Akash Chopra was talking about how fast bowlers need to be 100% positive and confident with themselves. Again, bowling puts a human in a very awkward position, and bowlers need to have 100% confidence with their body to run in and bend and bowl properly. So that is an aspect of whether Shami should play the World Test Championship final or not. If he is feeling 100%, if he is 100% confident with his body, then Shami is for sure a must play. Because look at this man. Look at Shami. This man can swing the ball both ways. He is an expert of swing. I mean, the guy gets insane swing with the white ball, and he's a wizard with the red. If you want to see some unreal pace bowling, don't look at Bumrah or Bolt. Look at Shami. I think he will trouble the New Zealand batsmen for sure. Again, this match is happening in England, and in English conditions, Shami can be very good. We all saw that in the 2019 World Cup. He can get a lot of movement from that ball. Look at these balls. When he won't be able to get the swing, he can change the line and length of the ball and increase the pace. This puts the batsman in a very tough position, and the ball is basically unplayable. When he does get the swing, look at this ball. It is a piece of art. If the batsman does make the mistake of touching the ball, he will be out. Someone like Ross Taylor, we know Ross Taylor likes to cut the ball a lot. I think Shami's reverse swing could be the answer to dismissing Ross Taylor, and that's why Shami should play the World Test Championship final for sure. Let's look at Umesh Yadav. Umesh Yadav is called the home specialist because he is one of India's best in the subcontinent conditions. However, he doesn't have a lot of game play and game time in the English conditions for India. And while he is someone who has a lot of pace and he can swing the ball both ways on occasions, he has this uncanny ability to break partnerships, but he can be very expensive in spells, give a lot of runs. And if this match was in India, then he would have been a must play, but in England, India have better options right now. Looking at Mohammad Siraj, he doesn't get as much swing out of the ball as someone like Shami does, but again, he will pitch the ball very short, and then the ball will immediately come into the batsman, which can get a caught behind or a catch at slip. But this technique does make him go for a lot of runs, because look at the angle at which he bowls. Pulling the ball is very easy, and if you time it right, it goes for a 6 or a 4. Even though Siraj did recently made a brilliant debut against Australia and headed the bowling attack for India in Australia, he is not tested in the English conditions. But if India do decide to play him, I think his bowling style could give a lot of problems to someone like Kane Williamson. It's so important when one test match is so important, maybe a risk of using Siraj shouldn't really be taken. Next up is Shardul Thakur. Shardul Thakur is a very intelligent bowler, in my opinion. He is also someone who doesn't have the pace and the swing of Shami or Bumrah, but the thing he does very well is that he has a very high match IQ. Yes, this is my own term, match IQ. He is an extremely intelligent bowler. He has a lot of variations. He will bowl a short one, he will bowl a Yorker, an off cutter, a leg cutter, a bouncer. He can also swing the ball a little. He can take wickets very quickly and give a lot of batsmen a lot of trouble. Because he has so many variations, he can bowl at 140 for one ball and then next ball will be down at 120. It gets very hard for batsmen to read, especially in test cricket. And the weird and unique thing about Shardul Thakur is that he can bat also a little bit. He can get those 20-25 odd runs at the end of the innings and be that annoying batsman for the opposition in the end of the innings. Does have a lot of variations and is a brilliant bowler. The chances of him playing in the World Test Championship are a little bit slim right now because, well, it's only one match. Again, I told you, he hasn't really been tested in the English conditions and India does have better options right now. And lastly, Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, do I really have to explain this to you? Do I really have to explain Jasprit Bumrah to you? He is the main strike pacer for India for sure. He has brutal pace, brutal Yorkers, can throw the occasional short ball and can take wickets in every way. LBW, bowled, caught behind, every way. And Bumrah is just an extraordinary talent and he will play the World Test Championship final for sure. He will be the main attack for India. And let's get to the all-rounders now. Now again, all the spinners that India have chosen are all-rounders. You have Washington Sundar, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel. Washington Sundar is also someone who isn't tested in English conditions, but he is someone like Ashwin who bowls a little faster and he has a lot of pace behind the ball. And in England, that kind of bowling is very effective, especially in test matches. He spins the ball with such good speed that the batsman can mistime it and he can get caught at silly point. Apart from that, he can get a decent amount of turn from the ball. But the main thing is that he can bat. From the all-rounder options that India have right now, after Jadeja, I think he is the best batsman. I mean, he hit a 50 against Australia in Australia. There's no question about his batting ability. While in terms of bowling, he's not as good as someone as Ravichandran. I think if India do decide to play him in the World Test Championship final, it would be a nice surprise for New Zealand and they could really get trouble from the style of bowling that Washington Sundar does. But he doesn't get as much turn as Ravichandran Ashwin. Ashwin is also a very, very smart bowler. He also bowls very fast and actually all the spinners in this squad can bowl very fast, but the thing about Ashwin is he can spin the ball both ways when he bowls and he has that top spin deliveries. Now look at this one. The batsman is expecting the ball to spin but it goes the other way and he gets clean bowled. He has a very big amount of variations and he may not be as consistent as reliable as Sundar in batting, but he is still no slouch in batting and he can bat when he gets onto the crease and he's stuck onto the crease. We saw it last time out in Australia. He was injured but still went through the whole innings with Hanuma Vihari. Ashwin should be for sure in the playing 11 for the World Test Championship final. Looking at Akshar Patel has played a lot of county cricket. You may not know this. Akshar Patel has played a lot of county cricket and is familiar with the English conditions. And he is also someone who can turn the red ball a lot. He has a very unpredictable spin pattern. He bowls a lot like Ashwin but just a little bit slower. I think he should be for sure given a chance against England, but for the World Test Championship final, because he hasn't played international tests as much as Ashwin and Jadeja, he may not get the nod ahead of Ashwin and Jadeja. Talking about Jadeja, Sir Jadeja is no doubt one of the best all-rounders in the world right now. His fielding is the best in the world. His arm is a sniper. He can manufacture run-outs and change the game, and that's not even his best tool. Again, he's a very good bowler and in limited overs cricket, he's one of the best, but he may not be able to take as many wickets as someone like Ashwin does, and he can pick up 2 wickets or 3 wickets here and there. And because of his very weird bowling style, a lot of times he will bowl a short ball to the batsman and then the batsman has to step out of the crease and play the ball before the spin, again the ball will come to the batsman with such good pace that the ball will beat the batsman and get to the keeper, and the batsman then can get stumped. So he's very clever in that way. He mixes his length and line and speed a lot, but his best tool by far is the bat. He's a very reliable batsman and has been in very good form recently. I think Jadeja is a for sure inclusion in the playing 11. So which of these bowling attack will play in the World Test Championship final? I think for sure Ashwin and Jadeja will be the all-rounders playing, because as I told you before, Jadeja has very good batting and decent bowling, and Ashwin has very good bowling and decent batting, especially in these conditions. And among the pacers, if Shami is feeling 100%, then for sure Ishant Sharma, Shami and Bumrah will be the way to go. All these three are veterans of the sport. Well, not Bumrah as much as Shami and Ishant Sharma, but they have played together a lot. They have been tested in the English conditions, and just for one match to get one opportunity to win the World Test Championship final, I think Sharma, Shami and Bumrah, this combination cannot be beaten. All three of them get great swing. All three of them get great movement. They can mix up with the line and length. They can throw Yorkers. They can throw anything, and they will trouble the New Zealand batting attack for sure. So Ashwin, Jadeja, Shami, Bumrah and Ishant Sharma is my prediction for the playing 11 in terms of the bowlers. Let me know who you think will be in the playing 11 for the Indian team, and stay tuned for the video on the batting and the New Zealand batting and bowling. And that's it guys. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.